What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 6, the mid-season finale of the final season. Spoiler warning, major spoilers for Fear the Walking Dead, obviously. So it sounds like Lenny James, who plays Morgan, is done with Fear the Walking Dead. Morgan survives, but we'll talk about more of that at the end. Let's talk about the episode. So ultimately, it's basically Morgan blacking out. Madison helps him, saves him. They figure out that Morgan is going back into clear mode where he forgets things. He sees glimpses of red. He doesn't know if he's killing people or walkers or whatever. And it's kind of annoying because it happens a lot in the episode. The episode's not 2 hours, by the way. It's like 50 minutes long. There were some reports that it was going to be 2 hours because of the time slot, because Fear the Walking Dead is on after Dead City, which that'll be another video breaking down Dead City. But Morgan goes into clear mode. We saw that Grace turn. This was spoiled in the trailer months ago. But Morgan goes back and forth, and it like jumps around because he blacks out and then wakes up. How did I get here? How did I get here? Mo's like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. No, I want to save you. I want to do this. I want to do that. But the episode really matters in the last 20 minutes because they're supposed to get the coordinates from Crane and Shrike's dad, which are in the binoculars, which is pretty ridiculous. For 12 years, you couldn't get the plans. What have you been doing? But either way, because Padre was 12 years ago, and it's a whole big mess. But Shrike gets bit by her walker dad, and she goes bye-bye. So Fear the Walking Dead continues the whole thing of we have a villain in the first half of a season, and then the second half is a different story, a different villain, a different thing. They continue that here, so the second villain looks to be Troy Otto. More on that later. But the kids and Crane have the parents and Daniel's group in basically a Negan lineup. Crane orders the kids to shoot the parents, but they don't do it. Daniel says, look, you don't want to do this. It stays with you. I was in your shoes. Dove is on the side of Crane or Ben, whatever you want to call him. And basically the kids don't want to kill their parents or kill the parents. And that's good because that would be terrible if they did that. But Ben has no power, or AKA fake Padre, right? So he's a poser, and basically it's a waste of time except for the last 20 minutes of the episode. Mo, that was Team Padre, comes back to Team Morgan. Morgan shows up and has a talk with everybody and says, look, I'm going to give you the plans. I'm going to give you this. But Dove, says, don't do it. Don't. It's just like back and forth. It's annoying. It goes on way too long. But like I said, during this whole debacle situation here, we have Mo wants to protect Daniel. Daniel wants to protect his group. The kids don't want to shoot, Daniel's group and the parents, and it goes on way too long. Mo, this is like the tipping point for Mo. She doesn't want Padre to kill anybody, and like I said, Morgan shows up and says, look, we're going to give you the plans. Madison has the plans, and they don't say that Shrike got bit, but then they find out later that Ben goes to the train car. More on that in a couple seconds, but it's ultimately that Padre is fallen, and Madison's going to take over Padre. We don't have to worry about these two posers, but Shrike is bit in the neck. She's tied down on the medical table, and the walker head is in front of her. So now she's a test subject, a participant, an experiment, right? And this walker head is hilarious. Look at the crossed eyes. It's like, nah. Is this supposed to be funny? Because it's pretty funny. But June's like, hey, you're not going anywhere. I got you right where I want you. And she isn't sure what to do. Should she kill her? Should she have mercy? But either way, Shrike's going to die because she got bit, I think, twice. Once on the arm and once on the neck by her walker dad. And this zombie head thing is just overly dramatic and pretty funny. But as Shrike is captured, basically, June calls Dwight. What should I do? And Dwight's going to answer. And Finch says, no, nobody should feel this. So basically, be a good guy and provide mercy to her, because nobody should be dealing with a walker. Like, Finch should still be alive, but Finch dies in the episode. So the cure, the radiation thing didn't work, which was another waste of time. But Fear the Walking Dead is kind of a waste of time. Ben aka Crane, comes through the door here and wants to see his sister. And June's like, look, after you bury her, you got to find another place to live. You're out. So Ben and Samantha are done. Lost Padre, have no power, have no nothing, and it was kind of a waste of time with these characters. So Morgan and Mo are going to get on the little raft here and sail away, drive away, speed away. But it's the final goodbye. So the way I'm thinking about it, also Morgan got stabbed in the upper chest by Mo. You can see like right here with that rag in his wound is, I guess. And he does pretty good. He's fine. He's not going to die. But he says his goodbyes to Madison. So I'm guessing that the last 6 episodes are going to be the OG people from Fear the Walking Dead. And that does not include Morgan. So I think it's Morgan's last episode on Fear the Walking Dead. So whoever said that was right, evidently. So Mo gives Madison her jacket back from when she died in season 4, Madison. And Mo drops her mask thing in the sand. And Mo and Morgan sail away to go back to Eastman's place. So we don't see the house, but we do see the graves, and they actually bury Grace there. And we see the cargo ship with all the shipping containers. That was pretty fast for them to move the Padre stuff there. But we see that Finch's grave is here. And Sherry and Dwight, Sherry, hammers down the headstone thing, and it's sad. So Finch didn't have to die. He shouldn't have died by any means. He shouldn't have got bit. But he went there for an appendicitis to get his appendix removed, and he ended up dying, which was terrible. But Dwight buries his son, and he comes to the conclusion that him and Sherry are not good together. Everything they have together turns to crap. It's not working. So that kind of sucks. After Dwight and Sherry had to deal with the whole Negan thing, and then Sherry left, Dwight went after her to go find her. They come together, only to split up. Now, we don't know if we're going to see them in the last 6 episodes either, but I'm guessing they could be done as well. And I think the last 6 episodes will probably be the original cast of Fear the Walking Dead that remain on the show. We didn't see Charlie at all. We didn't see Strand at all. And we didn't see Luciana at all. Hopefully in the second half we'll see them. But Dwight and Sherry decide that they're going to part ways. So Dove and Madison talk. And Madison comes up with the idea that they're going to take over Padre and look at the files, show everyone where their kids are, where they came from, and go look for them. So Madison is running Padre. We'll hear her on the radio at the end of the episode, but more on that later. So Morgan buries Grace at Eastman's place. And we know it's Eastman's place because of the names on the headstones, the pieces of wood here. And there's a shot that it's going to go kind of quick, but it's E. Eastman. And there's a better shot of it here, but this is the grave right here. Mo and Morgan are here to bury Grace, and then they leave. They're going to go find Rick Grimes to go back to Alexandria. Will we see that again? I don't know if we're actually going to see it on any show or spinoff or anything, but more on that later. So this is Grace's grave, obviously, and Morgan and Mo are together now. Mo is Morgan's daughter. She calls him dad, and Morgan, ends with the child. He started with the child, ends with the child. He's in, better mindset, I'm guessing. And it's kind of a nice full circle moment. We go back to Eastman's place, which was a big moment for Morgan in season 6. And I was hoping to see more Walking Dead places, and we kind of did. Will we see Morgan again? I don't know, but the way the showrunner said in the inside the episode part at the end of the episode, doesn't sound like it. It sounds like Morgan is done, and I'm guessing that we're going to have the remaining OG Fear the Walking Dead characters for the remaining 6 episodes, whoever's left alive. Then we see Morgan gives the stick to Mo to work on her form and practice her technique and form with the stick, like Eastman taught Morgan. So everything gets a return, full circle moment here. And it's just a cool little thing in the episode. The episode is, like I said, it's the last 20 minutes or 15 minutes that make the episode. The first is a jumbled mess, and I like the moment here going forward with Morgan and Mo. And that's all we needed to see. The other stuff is just, nonsense. But Fear the Walking Dead is kind of just, But Morgan talks to Eastman. And see right here, Eastman. So Morgan talks to him. And he's like, yeah, the stick's different now. I owe you a lot of things. And that episode kind of seemed like a throwaway moment in the Walking Dead universe in season 6, but it was a huge moment for Morgan. It was like the first episode that focused on Morgan and solely Morgan. And it's really come around in the Walking Dead universe on Fear the Walking Dead. So Grace was buried here around Eastman. Morgan tells Eastman to look after Grace, and it's just nice. Mo isn't really annoying. So when she took off the orange jumpsuit and got away from Padre, she was good. I mean, it's only a little moment here, but Morgan puts on a jacket, picks up the radio, and he makes some pretty big things, some pretty big statements here. And it's a full circle moment like Rick. I'm going to turn my radio on every day at dawn, leave it on for a little bit, just like Rick said. So it's cool. But wait, there's more. He says, this message is for Rick Grimes. You're like, yes, you're finally talking about Rick. It just took so many seasons for someone to mention Rick's name in the Walking Dead universe, and I'm glad Morgan said it here. So this message is for Rick Grimes. Man, I'm going to come and look for you. So is Morgan going to be in the spinoff Rick and Michonne show? Is he going to find Rick? That'd be amazing. Whether you're at Alexandria or not. So Morgan is going home. That doesn't mean we're going to see Morgan have a successful journey and voyage there. But what it sounds like to me is that Morgan is done on this show and he's going to go back to Alexandria with Mo. We see flashbacks of all the people that Morgan met and lost along the way, from Eastman to the people at the Kingdom, Nick, which is a nice little moment there, Mo's actual parents, John Dory, Alicia, John Dory Sr., and also Dwayne and Grace, I think, too. But as Mo and Morgan walk away from the graves, Morgan stops, takes a second, and looks back. And, he's leaving Grace. So in the episode at King County, he buries Dwayne and Jenny, saying that he'll be back. But I guess we're never going to see that. So maybe the journey of Morgan and Mo is something we're never going to see in the Walking Dead universe. Because I would love to see that. And again, that's Eastman's grave, so it comes back around. And that's how the part with Morgan ends. Will we ever see him again? It doesn't sound like it, but here's the big moment, setting up the final 6 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. So we see a radio, and it's Madison. She's like, yeah, reach these coordinates. Padre is gone. You don't have to worry about them. And we don't see the person that adjusts the knobs on the receiver, but it pans down the table. The person writes something with the pen and paper, I guess the coordinates, where to go. And we see the jacket, we see the canteen, we see different stuff on the table. And I'm guessing it's Troy, because who's left out there that could be the villain, the final villain of this series, right? It's a white guy or white girl. We see different military stuff, and Troy was kind of that. So you see the different coordinates on there. You see the flashlight, the canteen, the compass, and it just looks like the outfit that we saw Troy in. And a lot of people were saying, oh, we saw the body. He got flushed away when the dam exploded, but never say never. And you see the Mexico thing here. We see a trail of what he's been doing on the map, or she, but I'm guessing he because it's Troy in my opinion. And you see different coordinates there. And I guess he's been tracking Madison this whole time, trying to get revenge. You see the sunglasses, and I could be mistaken, they could be Troy's, but from previous seasons, the person picks up the sunglasses and, scrolls down the table a little bit more. We see the hammer. The hammer, or a hammer, that's very similar to the one that he was hit by when Madison smacked him in the side of the head in season 3. He picks up the hammer, packs it in a bag, and then he also picks up what looks like Alicia's Terminator bone hand thing. Like right there. You see the little strap, you see the bones, and it looks like Alicia's forearm thing that she made. So did Troy kill Alicia? I don't know what to make of it. Will we see Alicia again? But that's how the episode ends. And then inside the episode they talk about Morgan being done And the two showrunners say, you know, they're in denial, and Lenny James was such a good guy, and he was essential to Fear the Walking Dead, but they're going to hold out hope that they'll see him again, but he's going to be on to other things. They didn't say other things in the Walking Dead universe. They just said other things. So is Lenny James going to be seen again in the Walking Dead universe? I hope so. I mean, it's crazy to think that he's not going to be a part of the final 6 episodes, but he wasn't in the first 3 seasons, so it makes sense. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below, guys. That's the mid-season finale of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. Crazy that we got 8 seasons of the show. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Support the PT channel when you can. But either way, guys, stay safe. And as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys.